This is from KG's podcast. All right. NBA elite Garnett and Pierce on what makes a superstar. I want to see if Paul Pierce considers himself a superstar. That's really what I want to figure out.
Superstar can get you 50, right?
I mean,
Superstar get you 50, right?
a superstar can get you 50.
Superstar can get you 50. That's what I'm saying. That's the definition of that.
That ain't the definition.
It is,
superstar
bro.
just understand
you ain't no
how
superstar
to
if you
win.
can't get 50, bro. That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of superstars can't get 50.
Who?
Halliburton.
KG. Nah, let me chill, bro. That's nasty of me. Hey, that's nasty of me. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even know what his career high was. But hey, man, that's a terrible criteria. Terrible criteria.
Halliburton can get 50. Probably with no turnovers.
You gotta,
Get the fuck out of here. He can score the ball,
You gotta
boy.
get it. You gotta get it.
I get it.
That is dick suck. My bad, Joe.
All right, he can generate 50. All right, a superstar can generate 50. A superstar can generate 50. Let's say that.
Come on, man. Stop, man. You know
A superstar can generate 50.
I'm saying that, to me, your superstar has an effect on the game.
Right, that's
so
it.
Much.
That's it right
Hold on,
there.
man. And can go out and get you 50. Real if you that dude and I'm labeling you a superstar, and I'm saying superstars probably what? Seven? We got seven superstars?
Is this based off, have you done it or are you capable of doing it?
Man, both. Like
you capable?
Halliburton just got into this. He just got into this mode. He's like the young Gilbert Arenas. You know what I'm saying? Remember when Gil came in and Hibachi and cooked it? That's how Halliburton's momentum feels to me. You know what I'm saying? When he doesn't play well, that team does not play well.
I want to ask y'all, what is a superstar to y'all in chat? What is your definition of a superstar? Because I don't know, because me and Dama have had this specific discussion over the years, but for me, when I grew up, superstar was reserved for Kobe. It was reserved for LeBron. It was reserved for Tim Duncan. It was reserved for Kevin Garnett. It was reserved for Shaquille O'Neal, right? But now we're in this, and no disrespect to Tyrese, but now we're considering Jalen Brunson a superstar. Now we're considering Tyrese a superstar. You know, now we're considering people that genuinely I don't think we would have considered superstars in the 2000s or a couple years back, but now we're calling them a superstar. So let me go to chat real quick and just read what y'all definitions are, because I'm curious. A superstar is a franchise player, a player that automatically puts you in championship contention. My definition of a superstar, if they're 1/4 of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast. What's good, Commotion? Can be the best player on a championship team. Lou Williams, a superstar. A game changer. Literally a game changer who can lead their team to wins in all cylinders. There's a handful of superstars can be best player on a championship team. Superstar can be. So I do want to ask y'all, just for clarification. When you say best player on a championship team, it's just the capability of it, right? So, for example, before last year, I would assume y'all would consider Jokic a superstar. Like it didn't take for him to win a championship to become a superstar. Someone constantly giving you 25. I don't know about that. I think you got to average at least 20 points and got to make the right plays. In this era, maybe. But like Steve Nash in the mid 2000s to me was a superstar. Also, what do y'all feel about the excuse me, the criteria of off-court presence? Because some people have made the argument that, like, Tim Duncan, and this is no dicks up, Tim Duncan is not a superstar because he's not as marketable, right? When you think of a Hollywood superstar, you think of someone who's marketable as fuck. Yeah, I know it's two different fields, but Tim Duncan was never marketable. Kobe was. So Kobe's a superstar. I'll give a fuck about that. I don't care. Tatum was a superstar. KD is too. Here we go. So, hey, again, I'm not trying to start anything, but I've heard that take. I've heard that take before. Let's go back to the clip though.
Feel me? So his effect is like of a superstar, right? Giannis, you know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. They affect us in a different way. It don't you don't have to be able to get a 50 to affect a win. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like he affect the game so much of a different way. He can produce 50 points easily. But
I'm not gonna keep going back and forth. I'm just saying, here's my definition of a superstar. If you're a superstar, bro, you can get 50. Feel what I'm saying?
Beal's gotten 60 before. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Who?
Beal's scored 60.
No, he's saying right now. He's saying right now.
He said not with that back, being on some slick.
Like,
bro,
but the back, he's older now. He's older. Back, back is tough, dog.
I get it.
He don't have that pressure to do that,
he's
though.
shown that he's done it before. That's all.
Yeah,
that's
he's done it before.
We just talked about that.
Not to discount Beal.
No, ain't nobody discounting Bill. That's my guy.
I get it. I'm talking about in the conforms of how we was talking, bro.
I don't know what Mike Paul Pierce got, but that shit is clear as fuck. I will say that.
It just sound like
I'm not discounting him. I'm just saying he's not at the Paul George level right now, currently.
That's what I'm saying. Here we go again. Like, what do you mean on that? Like, Paul George level? What do you mean? He can't go out?
Like, he's not going to be.
Paul George get 50 right now? Paul George get 50 right now?
Bradley Beal, it's going to be tough for him to make an all-star team in the West. Paul George is going to be on the all-star team in the West.
Man, listen. If Phoenix was playing really well and they was #1, guess who would be on the ballot? Guess who would be considered? You hear what I'm saying?
It's a difference between being considered and on.
Same bro. You on the list?
It ain't on the list. You ain't listen.
Oh, you on the list, bro.
Nah, you got to get in.
I think for me, generally speaking, I do probably follow the capability. Shout out to Butterman for the 100 bits.
Have you ever or thought about reacting to the making the case for GOAT arguments by Clayton Crowley? It's a good NBA vid series emo. I recommend Larry Bird first.
We probably will at some point, probably like an off-season thing. But I probably do follow the criteria of best player on a championship team. Like the capability of that. Again, you don't have to prove it. I think Jokic was a superstar already prior to the last season. I didn't need to see Giannis win in 2021 to to call him a superstar. But I think even that definition is kind of loose because if throughout your career you just showed that you cannot win a championship as the best player, then at some point I got to look at you and say, yeah, you just never had that capability. So at that point, yes, you were putting up numbers. Yes, you were putting up this, that, and the third, making deep playoff runs, but you just never won. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, did you have the capability? I don't know. I think a little bit, something a little bit more concrete would be, as flawed as it sounds, being a perennial All-NBA first-team player. I don't know who you can call in NBA history that wasn't a perennial All-NBA first-team caliber player that was not a superstar. If you're in and out of that, if you get it for 2 years and then you're second, third team for the next 5, but the Lukas of the world, the Giannis's of the world, the Jokic's of the world. Jokic is going to be the kind of a special case because they kind of overlap each other. But these dudes are All-NBA first team every single fucking year. Or at least are in that conversation every single year. So I think to me, that proves to me that out of the 400 players in the league, you are routinely in that top 5. Routinely. So if you're routinely a top 5 player in the association, that puts you in the 1%. That literally puts you in the 1%. So DeAndre Jordan was a perennial all first. Was he? Perennial first though? When he said, hey, let's talk about the Dames of the world. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I did want to throw that out there. Like, Dame being in superstar conversations. I see it. But it's like, And it might also be just, a different time, different definition of what a superstar is because we are in the most talented era of the league. So when the floor of talent is so high, just the sheer amount of players that can produce at a superstar level just increases. You know, if the talent in the league is getting higher, that doesn't necessarily mean the percentage of the NBA that's a superstar should remain the same. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know this is not how it played out, but in 2000, there was Shaq, Tim, Kobe. Shaq, Tim, Kobe. You want to put Allen Iverson up there? That's fine. Let's just go with those four. Advanced 20 years. If there's legitimately 12 players playing at that caliber, are you just gonna say they're not a superstar because you're stuck on 4? I don't think so. But yeah, DeAndre Jordan, all defensive. Yeah, no. He was perennial all defense. He wasn't even that. All NBA team, third, first, third. That's not all NBA first team, dog. That's not all NBA first team. What's good, cool, bro? What's good, Clyde? Yeah, I am still sick. For the YouTube guys, I'm sick. So bear with me for these clips. Kobe, AI, Shaq, T-Mac, Tim Duncan were the superstars of the 2000s. So, for me, AI and T-Mac is where, like, the line becomes shaky. Because if we're talking about, again, players who can be the best player on a championship team, AI never showed that. I'm sorry. He got to the finals, but throughout his career, if we can unanimously agree that you cannot win a championship with AI leading the helm, is he a dude showing the capability to be the best player on a championship team? When we talk about T-Mac, maybe I just need to double check, but T-Mac has never gotten out the first round. T-Mac has never gotten out the first round, despite all the stats. So are we looking at T-Mac as a dude who, again, showed the capability to be the best player on a championship team? I don't know. So that's where the lines get iffy to me, to be honest with you. And KG's argument of just, hey, if you could drop 50, you're a, superstar. That's crazy. Saying I is not a superstar is like saying Prime Harden wasn't a superstar. I'm not saying that AI wasn't a superstar. I'm just saying this is where the lines get shaky, right? Because again, we can all agree that the Steph Currys of the world, the KDs of the world, the LeBrons of the world, we all gotta question it. They're superstars. But I think, like a lot of things in life, it is a spectrum. There is a gray area. There's also, like, the way it's black and white, right? Again, on one hand, the LeBrons, the Kobes, the Duncans, the Shaqs, on one hand. On the other hand, I don't know, you got the Bam Adebayos, you got the DeMontis Sabonis, you got the RJ Barretts, not superstars. But there's a gradual reduction in talent and there's a gray area where it becomes, what is a superstar? What isn't a superstar? And I think, like with what you just said, T-Mac and Allen Iverson and James Harden is where that gray area starts. Not to say that I disagree, because I would lean towards them being a superstar, but that's where they start.